Follow the Big E Outdoors team on all of its adventures at Big E Outdoors on Facebook or watch us on the Pursuit channel Mondays at 3 p.m., Saturdays at 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. Big adventure and tips on the best hunting destinations around the world. Watch Big E Outdoors and learn the importance of hunting and check out some of the most practical and useful tools and gear on the market. The Big E team, led by Brandon Eager, travels the world in search of adventure and entertainment. Follow the team with his father Big E and all the pro staff members of Big E Outdoors on their follies and fun. Big on entertainment, experience, and education. The Big E Outdoors Show on Pursuit Channel every week. And coming in July, find Big E Outdoors on the Hunt Channel and many local networks. Good morning and welcome to Big E Outdoor Radio with your hosts Brandon and Big E. Right here on Sports Fan 100.5. where we discuss all the topics in the outdoors, from fishing, hunting, mud bogging, and just screwing around outside. With a little bit of education, a lot of entertainment, and some just plain fun. Here's your host for the Big E Outdoor Radio Show. Hey, good morning. Welcome to Big E Outdoor Radio. Here with Brandon and myself this morning. Brandon, how you doing? You look like you're having a wonderful day.
Oh, yeah.
You just got done
We're here with Brandon and myself, huh?
making the cheese. My little cheese head buddy. How's the cheese going out there anyway?
It's going good. A lot of ticked off line workers, but other than that, yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
You gotta have the bees in the nest in order to do the thing. Otherwise, we just go get some more bees. That's the way I look at it, you know. So, Brandon, I was just reading here in the outdoor news about this railroad crossing law, and it's coming back in, and you were reading it with me, and
I didn't even know it was a law.
Yeah, I didn't even know we had such a law.
Yeah.
But evidently, in 2005 and 2006, somewhere along the lines, they quietly passed a law that made it illegal for us to walk across railroad tracks. So hunters who are going from one parcel to another or walking along and decide to walk across a railroad track, you're breaking the law. Did you know that? The railroad companies pushed this law through, the DNR.
The only legal place to cross was at the way it read in the article, it read that the only legal place to cross was at a crossing that had a stop sign, a lift gate, and warning lights.
Or one or the other.
Yeah.
But there are crossings, like you pointed out,
that have none of that.
So it's illegal even to actually drive across those spots. But for whatever reason they passed this law, it restricted access to public lands and things like that, even because a lot of people would go down and then walk across the railroad track. And the way I look at it is, if the railroad thinks that they want to pass a law like that, then we need to start coming up with a law that says, hey, you're not crossing my land anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, these railroads have these right-of-ways that they've instilled, and I think it's time we start shutting some of that down if they want to get to this point. Now, obviously, whatever liberal dipstick came up with this idea and had it and passed the law might have been thinking that, well, maybe they're going to run people over on the railroad tracks, crossing.
Well, the way they worded it in the article is that you can't cross this you can't cross the railroad tracks for hunting, fishing, and trapping. They said it several times in the article.
Well, that's because they're talking about people that for hunting, fishing, and trapping, but I think they just made it, they didn't want people to be walking across the railroad tracks.
Now, I understand if they want to make it illegal.
How many people have been hit by trains that you know of, walking?
Walking? If they got hit by a train walking, they wanted to get hit.
In order to get hit by a train while walking, you'd have to be a pretty big dumbass. I mean, I'm just going to say it out there just the way it is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you would.
You're walking, and I never saw the train coming.
Never saw it. Yeah. Well, and I can understand where they might want to make it illegal for you to walk down the track. I can understand that.
On the track.
Yeah.
But along the track right away. You got to remember that the railroad you don't own that land, okay?
Yeah.
Railroad company. That's a right of way, a railroad right of way. It may have been there for years, whatever, it doesn't matter. But you have as much right to it as all the rest of the landowners do. And whether it's on public land or wherever it is, people can walk down that right of way. So don't start getting all pushy with your, hey, we own this and we're going to keep people off of our railroad space. Because you know what? We might just come in and pass some laws and say, hey, we're tired of your railroads, your trains making noise, waking us up, screwing up the hunting and coming through our land.
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll start tearing up the tracks. The old redneck style, we'll hook on with trucks and tractors and we'll just tear it up ourselves. That's the way I look at it. You know, I mean, I'm pretty irritated by that whole fact that they even had this law. So now it's going back in and they're trying to reverse it.
Yeah.
So hunters and trappers and
finally, and this thing has been in effect for 10 years.
And nobody knew it.
You didn't know about it. I didn't know about it. I wonder how many other people. I wonder how many officers and I mean, game wardens probably knew a little more than the officers did.
The first time somebody would have pulled me over or taken me to the side and said,
I'd have laughed
give you a ticket, I would have laughed and I would have had a lot of choice words for him because I would have been like, you know what, you can kiss my hind end.
Yeah.
Walking across a railroad track and is illegal.
I'd have thought somebody was pulling a joke on me.
Kidding me. So, yeah, I think where do these idiotic laws even stop? And first of all, why did this get passed and nobody knew about it? That's what I want to know. You know,
people
because
knew
the
about
DNR just goes along, and that's the same way that the wolves got here and everything else gets here is because the DNR just decides to have a little meeting, 3-4 guys, they sit down, they say, okay, done, let's do it.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, the thing is, here's the way I look at it. We live in a computer age. Everybody has access to a computer or a smartphone somehow. And if you don't, well, get with the times or get left behind. That's why I look at it. There are no more laws needed in this country. We don't need any more laws. We got enough laws to keep everybody pretty civil and pretty safe. So we don't need any more. But on the chance that we do, or on the chance that something like this needs to come, it should go to a forum and there's no electoral votes, and this goes right down to our current political situation.
Yeah.
There's no electoral votes, and you go and you vote on a computer. I can go online right now and create an order, and instantly my credit card is charged. At the same time, I get a text message that tells me my credit card was charged, and the order is processed and the product is shipped. But you're telling me that we can't come up with a way to vote that would automatically log in that we voted, so your vote is done. You know, you log in with all your personal information, you vote. Your vote's recorded instantly, and we don't have to sit here and count votes all freaking night long. There's no way. So
I agree with the concept, but I do think that is too vulnerable.
Vulnerable for what?
Being hacked.
Your personal information can only be used once.
I'm not.
Your own personal password. You'd have a personal password.
I still think that it'd be too vulnerable for people to hack a system like that.
Whatever. There is right now. Okay, so you walk into a voting booth and the computers are there. You walk in, you're issued a number, and the voting is done right there.
Yeah,
on a computer.
None of it is online right now, is it?
But it should be.
Is it online? Or
I don't know.
I know they have this stuff where you can do it computerized, but I don't think it's online.
And every single
And by putting it online makes it vulnerable.
like this, when they come up with some sissy law that says, hey, we don't want people walking across railroad tracks anymore. Guess what? We vote once a year, and that's going to go to referendum, and then we're going to, this year, this is election time. Oh, maybe we have votes twice a year. And so what we do is we come into an election, or a poll center, or whatever the heck you want to call them, ballots, and here's all the laws we can vote on. Here's everything. So if you don't want to vote on the law, then don't. But there's no reason that anything is passed into law anymore without all the people voting on it and every vote counting individually, so it's by popular decision.
Yeah, instead of all this electoral college round it all to the nearest.
Yeah, because that gives the cities all the power. And what do you got in the cities? A bunch of young college punks that are wet behind the ears, and they don't even know they've not been anywhere. They've had no boots on the ground. They haven't gone and served for the country. They haven't lived. They haven't really held any decent jobs yet. And these guys are trying to vote on, oh, we want this free, we want this free, we want this free. Let me tell you something, hey, Rainbow Sunshine. Where do you think this stuff comes from? You know, these Skittles don't fall out of the rainbow like you think they do. That's a commercial on TV. Somebody has to work and make this money for you to get stuff free. Okay? So if all you morons want your free stuff, then who's going to pay for it? You know? Very quickly we'll end up in a Soviet, ex-Soviet type country where we're living around and we got no money and everybody's broke because all these ding-dongs want everything free. So the same thing with votes like this is stupid. It's absolutely stupid. And, you know, and it brings me to the next article that we're going to talk about after the break. But, you know, the DNR just keeps passing laws. I want to know who voted on them.
Yeah, me too.
I want to know when the people, when the hunters, when the sportsmen, and when the public of Wisconsin got to vote on any of these dumb laws.
I am blown away by the words that you come up with. I mean, just...
What?
I'm still stuck on Rainbow Sunshine and Skittles falling out of the rainbow. Like,
well, that's the way a lot of these morons live anymore nowadays.
Yeah,
I mean, it's getting to be...
Hey, you know what? Speaking of dumb hunting laws...
Yeah.
I just got showed this you can look this stuff up online, this dumb hunting laws in Wisconsin.
Right.
Apparently, it's illegal to worry a squirrel, subject to a $150 fine. So what?
To worry a squirrel.
So every time I floor it, when a squirrel goes back and forth in the middle of the road, is that worrying a squirrel?
I would have to say he was pretty worried. It's illegal to worry a squirrel. I believe that that's for harassment and harassing their dens and things like that. But the thing is why can't they write this stuff in simple terms that we can understand?
Yeah, definitely.
It's illegal to harass a squirrel's home. It's fine.
It's
it's
funny
illegal to worry a squirrel.
It's funny that you mentioned that whole, you know, using the right term and the right... Use small words that us rednecks understand.
Yeah.
All right. My sister, your daughter... She was just down in Florida, and she took a picture of a sign that said, "No molesting the alligators." Okay, she didn't look. She didn't realize what the definition of molesting is actually to harass.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's like, "Who the heck is molesting alligators?" and then of course I came in and rained on her parade, and she's like, "You just completely ruined my dream." I'm like, "What dream?"
Break. So yeah, you know, that's the thing is molesting an alligator. Yeah, by the quick term, would be quite a dangerous thing to do, don't you think?
Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, it's.
But you know, the thing is, I don't think you'd need a sign.
No, exactly.
If you were dumb enough to actually try to molest an alligator, I mean, you kind of got what you got coming there.
I don't think you need a sign regardless.
No.
If you're dumb enough to screw with an alligator, you're going to get bit.
Or worry a squirrel.
No sign needed.
What about when the alligators worry the squirrels? That's what I want to know. The squirrels ain't worried about that or what?
Let's go ahead and go a quick break here. We'll be right back, folks.
All right.
We're outdoorsmen and we demand a good meal. A meal deal from a fast food restaurant just don't cut it for a real man or a real gal. So next time you're in the mood for a good burger, the best burgers in town are found at Bruise Brothers. Fresh ground burger daily, fresh buns, and some of the most amazing recipes found anywhere. That don't even touch the 35 fresh brews on tap. Bruise Brothers in Weston. Tell them Biggie Outdoors sent you and they'll hook you up. Bruise Brothers is found in Weston on Highway X, just off Highway 29.
Hey, it's Mike with Auto Trim and Sign here in Wausau. You already know we do the fun stuff on vehicles. We can also help your business, whether it's simple lettering, company decals, or even a vehicle wrap. Auto Trim and Sign can design and install graphics perfect for your business. Your car, truck, trailer, big rig, or your company's entire fleet will be in good hands. Check out our website, autotrimofwausau.com, or call us at 715-842-9114.
deer collisions, door dings, hail dents, or accidents, BRB Auto Body makes your car look new again. Make BRB Auto Body your #1 call when an accident happens. BRB offers 24-hour towing, complete body and paint repair, and complimentary replacement vehicle when accidents happen. Call BRB Auto Body, Highway XX Rothschild. BRB Auto Body, there for you through all the dings and dents.
Expect a quality job from BRB Auto Body. BRB Auto Body. BRB Auto Body.
Hey, welcome back to Biggie Outdoor Radio. And during the break, Brandon and I were sitting here with Zach, and we were discussing dumb hunting laws. And Zach was good enough to look some of these up. So let's say the first one he came up with was
In Montana.
And I think this should be everywhere because I'm thinking of the the benefits. This law's benefits in Montana.
It's illegal for an unmarried woman to go fishing alone.
That's right. I think if you need to, you should be calling up a hunter or a fisherman and asking him to take you fishing, you ladies. You can't be going alone. So that law is still on the books. So in Montana, if you're out there and you want to go fishing, you either need a boyfriend, you got to get married, or you're gonna have to hook up with somebody on a fishing date because you're not going fishing alone. I mean, that's just the way
you don't have to hook up with them, but
you have to get together with them.
Yeah.
See, there again, that was another one of them words.
Yeah.
Hook up meant something different to you.
Okay, all right. See, I guess you're right.
Yeah. And then he had another law. What state was that one from there, Zach? Los Angeles.
They're definitely helping out the situation, though, by making that law. It's like, it was definitely a couple buddies came up with that law. They're like, hey, I'm going to help you out.
Let's call that the fishing in the dark law. You and me go fishing in the dark. Yeah, baby. Because you ain't going alone.
Now, I know we're on the radio, but you probably shouldn't sing. All right.
I know.
So,
okay. All right.
In Los Angeles.
And this is definitely a law you can tell passed by people from Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not even going to get into their
because who the heck
behavior.
even hunts a moth?
But, right. It's against the law to hunt moths under a street light in Los Angeles.
What, do they consider that some kind of like baiting?
I think that would be considered baiting, yeah. So, now I haven't done a lot of moth hunting in my day.
Oh, good Lord.
And I would think that cleaning them would be really tough. How many moths would it take to make a meal? That's what I want to know.
I didn't want to think about eating
Wasn't there like a kid's book or something about fried moths? Or
no, that was fried worms. How to eat fried worms.
Oh, fried worms. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, worms, moths. You pull the wings off a moth, it's a worm.
Yeah, it's just a flying insect.
Yeah. So, so anyway, if you're going to go hunting moths and looking for, something for your collection.
A flying worm, whatever.
Stay away from the street lamps in Los Angeles because it's another one of them laws. Do we have any dumb laws in Wisconsin over there?
That one in
the squirrel one that was from Wisconsin.
That was in Wisconsin. You cannot worry a squirrel.
Don't worry a squirrel. So you don't want to tell them about the economy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
definitely don't tell him about that because if he finds out that inflation could be affecting the value of his nuts, that could worry the squirrel.
In Minnesota, it's specifically illegal to sell the gallbladder or paws of the bear unless attached to the hide.
Okay, there you go. Now, in case you didn't hear that, in Minnesota, now this is actually a lot of places in the States, you can't sell the gallbladders of a bear. But in Minnesota, you can't sell the gallbladder or the paws unless it's attached to the hide. I have some anatomical problems with that law. Because you can't attach the gallbladder to the hide. It's never attached to the hide.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So you could sell the whole bear. The way it sounds.
Yeah, I guess so.
I suppose you could do it that way because then technically it would be attached to the hide.
So you could sell the whole bear and then they could sell you the hide back.
Right. And then they get to keep their gallbladder. And first of all, what do people do with bear gallbladders anyway? That's what I want to know. Have you ever heard? I know that that's some big medicinal thing, and they check us when we come back from.
They're worth a lot of money.
Why? Why not our gallbladder? Who are they putting them in? Is somebody out there getting a bear gallbladder, replacement, or what's going on?
I think it's the Asians.
The Asians again.
I think
they're into everything.
We have a hauler at work that told me about this. He said they're worth up to like $10,000 or $15,000.
Them doggone
he was
Asians, I'm
telling me
telling
about
you.
it.
A lot of these laws are passed around them, you know. You can't, the gallbladder thing, when are you people going to start eating normal food? You got gallbladders, they want shark fins. I'm not really picking on the Asians, I'm just laughing at some of the laws that are written about you.
It's funny.
But the gallbladders, the shark fins, the tiger and lion bone thing. Somehow, see, the thing is that Asian culture has figured out a way to cure a lot of things without medicine. They actually cure it with animal parts.
The way that we were supposed to.
Yeah, and somewhere along the line they come in and they make laws to stop that now. I think they're worried about poaching, and that does go back to the fact that if there wasn't so many Asians that needed the medicine, then they wouldn't have to poach to get the stuff. So they're going to have to start using some real medication.
Well, they're going to have to start eating something more than just rice, I think.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of
but the
nutrition there.
Yeah, but you know what? They're very healthy culture, and you think, like I said, the shark fin. I don't know exactly what the whole shark fin thing's all about. We'd have to ask some of our Asian listeners to tell us what's the value of the shark fin. I really don't know what the value of the gallbladder is. I know that it's used in Asian culture for something.
We do have to ask, because if it's worth enough, I'm going to get some.
But I'm going to tell you, the Asian culture is the one that figured out that the elk velvet from elk horns and stuff could be used to make medicinal things. And, it seems like everybody in the United States always say, oh, yeah, well, they're using it as an aphrodisiac or, to correct erectile dysfunction. Well, I'm telling you that not all these things are for that. And the elk velvet actually has some arthritis value and some other health value. I know people that have taken it. Some people use it even with dogs, like with their German Shepherds that have hip problems and things like that. So they do find some really cool herbal remedies.
So how do they know that it helps their dog feel better? Like, does their dog talk to them? Like, that definitely helps.
When your German Shepherd is,
hey man, that hit the spot.
When your German Shepherd can't hardly walk because it's got hip dysplasia, and you start giving them the supplement, and they come back and they're running around and playing, and they're doing fine, you pretty much know.
That's it. You take your German Shepherd and you move to Denver.
There you go. Denver.
Yeah.
Why Denver?
Smoke a bowl with your dog, you'll feel a lot better.
Oh,
yeah.
That might help.
Well, it could. I don't know. I mean,
so.
I'm stuck on this wet spot on your shirt. Are you lactating?
What are you talking about?
You see that right there? The little wet spot right there. Zach, you see it, right?
I think it's a stain. I must have spilled something on there, so you don't have to.
Okay.
People can't see that on the radio, so they don't know what you're talking about.
I know. I just wanted to know you're lactating. Definitely very odd.
Yeah. You got any other crazy laws over there?
Oh, man.
For us of that?
Well, we got one here. We got one.
What's the law? Say it.
This one's in Connecticut. Of all those in Connecticut,
right there.
in Connecticut, it's illegal to hunt gray squirrel, rabbit, or other fur-bearing creatures with dynamite, fire, smoke, brimstone, sulfur, gas, or chemical. Dang it!
What the hell is brimstone?
I'm gonna guess it's some kind of a chemical or an explosive.
Okay, so repeat that to me again. It's against the law to hunt squirrels. Seems to be an awful lot of squirrel protection laws.
It's illegal to hunt gray squirrel, rabbit, or other fur-bearing creatures.
Okay, most creatures have some kind of fur on them.
Yep,
including us. We got less because we shaved, but we had fur. Okay.
With dynamite, fire, smoke, brimstone, sulfur, gas, or chemical. So pretty much you and I wouldn't be able to go coyote hunting.
But the thing is that, okay, you can't hunt them with that, and then they want to take away your guns. How are you supposed to kill these critters? That's what I want to know. I mean, you get out there and get in a war with your rabbits and your squirrels, and
then you can get hurt in a truck, because I tried it yesterday. I almost wrecked it.
So when you're in, that law just makes it just throws a bunch of common sense and makes it make no sense. Pretty much is what it does. But so if you're in Connecticut, leave the dynamite at home when you're out there squirrel and rabbit hunting. To be honest with you, there's not going to be a whole lot left anyway if you use that. So what do you got there now? You got another law? Let's hear it.
All right. Here's one of them. In Texas.
Okay, Texas.
It is legal for the blind to hunt in Texas.
Well, it's legal for blind to hunt everywhere, but
They wanted to put it on paper in Texas. All right, they go big or go home there. Obviously,
Yeah. But they didn't say that they need to have somebody with them. So when you're walking around the woods and you see a guy walking around with a gun and he's bumping into trees, he may not be drunk, folks. He could be blind. Or he could be blind from drinking too much. Who knows? Whatever.
Too much moonshine, yeah. All right, here's one in Tennessee.
Tennessee, all right.
Yeah, and I know a couple guys that this would probably upset.
Okay, go ahead.
In Tennessee, it is illegal to fish using a lasso. So there goes that idea.
Well, that'll keep the Texans out of Tennessee. That's the way I look at it. You know, first of all, how in the world would you lasso a fish?
It doesn't matter. Now that somebody mentioned it, I kind of want to try it.
You know,
am I right? Tell me why. I mean, maybe I can't do it, but I want to
snag this lasso on the fish.
Maybe I can't do it, but I want to watch somebody do it.
Yeah, I know a guy that could throw a lasso once.
Yeah, we ended up 3 of us being drugged through the mud,
but we could call him up and say, "Hey, Forrest, we want you to go with us, and we're going to lasso some fish. Bring your rope." I think that would be a hungry day. I think you'd go to bed hungry that night. And that's no offense to his lassoing skills, because they're decent, but how the heck you'd lasso a fish? That's what I want to know.
Oh, man.
Holy smokes. Now that brings... so with the guy that was lassoing the fish, would he be riding a seahorse? Next one.
Well...
You know...
It's in Tennessee. It don't touch the ocean, so...
Oh, well... Yeah,
your horse would die.
Yeah, there wouldn't be any seahorses. So, yeah. So if you guys are from Texas, leave your lassos at home. When you're going to Tennessee, you cannot lasso your fish there. We just want to make sure that we're informative, and we let people know that this is definitely a law on the books. Now, your blind hunters can hunt in Texas, but again, no lassoing the fish when they come to Tennessee. That would be a good one. Can a blind hunter lasso a fish in Tennessee? That's what I want to know. No.
Unless they're from Texas.
No.
Unless they're from Texas.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back with some more Big E Out. Where's the best outdoor sporting goods store in northern Wisconsin? Right under your nose. Chase Outdoors in Rothschild is right next to the post office and has the best selection in everything outdoors, from archery to guns and ammo, and even your ice fishing gear. Don't waste your time in a big box store with employees who don't even know which end of the gun the bullets come out. Go see a professional with a personal touch on every question and need. Chase Outdoors in Rothschild.
From hauling to hunting, protect your truck bed with Line-X Spray-On Bed Liner from BRB Auto Body. DuPont Kevlar makes Line-X 5 times stronger than steel. BRB can color match Line-X to your truck. Tough just got prettier. Line-X forms a permanent watertight bond, and the finish follows every angle. BRB Auto Body believes anything worth protecting is worth overprotecting. Line-X at BRB Auto Body, Rothschild.
Expect a quality job from BRB Auto Body. BRB Auto Body. BRB Auto Body.
Skees Meats of Wausau has the freshest meats and seafood in the area. Great sausages, chops, and complete meals. Check them out for Meatitarian Mondays, or even their Tuesday night date night specials. That's 2 steaks, 2 taters, and a bottle of wine for just $22.22. They have a great location in Rib Mountain right behind the new Dunkin' Donuts. So while you're out there crashing your diet anyway, pick up some fresh meat for dinner. Skees Meats, behind the Dunkin' Donuts on Rib Mountain Drive. Hey, welcome back to some more Big E Outdoor Radio and our review of dumb hunting laws there. So, what you got next there, Brandon?
Well, the truth is, we could look these things up all day long, and it would never get old. I mean, this is ridiculous.
What have you got now?
All right, so in California, it is illegal to set a mousetrap without a hunting license.
You got to be kidding me. I almost said one of the 7 deadly words there.
Yeah, well...
Unreal. You have to have a hunting license to set a mouse trap in California.
Well, apparently that's what the big bad sportsmen do out there, the land of the...
Yeah. Are you a hunter? Oh, yeah, I got 7 mice last week in my trap line.
Damn near paid my heating bill.
Yep, making my wife a mouse skin jacket. What in the world? First of all, you got to have a hunting license to run a mousetrap line.
I wonder what a mouse fur goes for. I'm asking for a friend.
Use dynamite on those.
Yeah. Can you use dynamite on your mice?
In Connecticut, you can. That's for sure. That'd be a fur-bearing animal. So if you got mice in your house in Connecticut, stay away from the dynamite. And if you're in California and you got mice, you better get yourself a hunting license.
Yeah.
So that actually increases the amount of hunting license owners.
It does, yeah.
Licensed hunters in California because, hey, if you got mice in the, but I suppose a lot of these tree huggers, they probably think live and let live. The mice should, not be hunted or trapped.
Yeah, but they're going to be eating on their vegetables.
Oh. Well, anyway, why don't you bring us another law?
Man.
What else we got going on there? I heard another one here, so go ahead.
Yeah. In New Jersey, it is illegal for a man to knit during fishing season. Personally, I think it should be illegal for a man to knit, period.
I don't know many men that knit, first of all, and it's illegal for them to knit during fishing season?
Yeah.
Okay, where did this law come from? Think about, and again, we were just talking about.
No, I can tell you exactly where it came from. It was a disgruntled buddy who went fishing alone, and he thought that son of a gun is sitting at home knitting. I'll fix him. I'll show that
we're
son
going to
of
slip a law in because they never do the law votes the right way. We can slide this in, and my buddy's not going to knit anymore during fishing season. Yeah, because.
Let me go fishing alone. I'll show him.
That brings the same thing I was saying. The laws, it's dumb. When stuff like that gets passed, there was no common sense in that law, period. No common sense. So, by God, if we catch you knitting in New Jersey and it's fishing season, Brandon and I are going to turn you in. And you should be turned in.
I'm not going to New Jersey to go fishing.
Not just because you're knitting during fishing season, but because you're knitting, period.
Yeah. Red flag. Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You remember when you asked me about the rainbows and Skittles and sunshine?
Yeah,
thing?
I got you.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you got any more? You got any more there?
I do. I actually got a couple good ones here that I read ahead a little bit. I cheated.
Okay, that's all right.
But in Pennsylvania,
Okay, Pennsylvania.
all right, it is illegal to catch fish using your mouth or your hands. Breaking this law apparently results in a fine of up to $100. Now, I do understand that people use their hands to catch fish.
Noodling. So noodling is illegal in Pennsylvania.
Yep. But who in the world catches fish using their mouth?
Well, that Harvey guy there, whatever the guy that was on the Australia dude that got killed by the stingray, I think he was probably trying that. What was his name?
Oh, man.
Steve?
Yeah, Steve. Scuba Steve? No, that wasn't it.
No, it was a different show. Yeah, whatever. Man. Anyway, I keep wanting to say Steve Harvey, but that's something totally different. But so
yeah,
it's illegal to catch fish with your mouth. Well, somebody should tell that to the otters.
No. It's
yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess yeah. I'm thinking humans.
Okay. But it's
yeah. We'll just
I've thought about that ice fishing. Sticking a couple guys down the hole head first and have them see if they could catch a fish with their mouth. I suppose.
You thought of that while ice fishing?
Yeah, I thought about sticking
in the
water head
first. First of all, when was the last time you went ice fishing?
It's been a while, trust me.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So, yeah. You got another one there for us?
Back then, you had to ride your horse out on the lake.
My horse had special cleats.
Good Lord.
Did slide on the ice there. So. Yeah. What else you got?
All right, here. There's another one in Texas.
Texas. Okay. Oh, boy. Texas is good.
This is a pretty good one, too.
Texas law wasn't so dumb.
There's a pretty good loophole in this one.
Oh, okay.
I like it.
Already sounds good. What is it?
It's illegal for one to shoot a buffalo from the second story of a hotel. All right, so if you want to get around that, folks, you just go up to the third story, and you are good to go.
Yeah. You want to stay on the second floor or the third? Well, I don't want to be near all them buffalo hunters, so I'm going to stay on the second floor. Yeah, we got a problem. It's buffalo season. The whole third floor is booked by buffalo hunters. It's illegal to shoot a buffalo from the second story of a hotel. Now, you got to think about the day that this law was actually written. Guys were probably coming in, staying up on the second floor of a hotel and shooting buffalo from upstairs, so they passed the law.
Yeah, third stories didn't really exist back then.
No, they didn't. But
but still, it's still in effect, and it says second story. So
yeah, so and you can shoot them from the lobby, evidently. So,
heck yeah.
That is definitely an interesting law. You got anything else there?
Well, in Idaho, it's illegal to fish on a camel's back. Yeah.
Do they have a lot of camels in Idaho? That's what I would like to know.
Yeah,
on a camel's back.
It's illegal to fish from a camel's back in Idaho.
First of all, I want to know when they ever had camels in Idaho. That law was definitely written for one person.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Some clown was running, and it very well could have been a clown, but some clown was running around on the back of a camel fishing.
He was probably getting to all the good spots.
Yeah, because he had long legs, and he probably could get it, and everybody was jealous, and they were like,
I'm going to show that jerk.
We're going to pass a law. Yeah. No more fishing off a camel's back anymore. Unbelievable.
Yeah, because you got to think about how far back do some of these laws go. It doesn't say how far back they've been.
There's no way that law wasn't written for one specific
individual. It had to be for one guy. Yeah, it's...
And it's Idaho, so,
Yep.
There's a genius out there everywhere you look. Yeah. Leave it at that. You got another law?
Yeah, here's another one of them harassment ones that, like, if you got to make a sign for it,
yeah,
yeah, you got it coming.
Okay, let's hear it.
In Minnesota, it's illegal to tease a skunk.
That's really...
I'd say just let him go for it.
Yeah. I say we get that law off the books right away. If you're dumb enough to tease a skunk, we should be more concerned about worrying squirrels and molesting alligators than we are about teasing skunks. But, I think that one's kind of self-explanatory. You tease a skunk, you're going to have your own... You don't have to worry about the cops. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine, though, when you go into the store and you're trying to get tomato juice? Oh, you're teasing a skunk, are you? I'm going to turn you in. Mm-hmm.
Okay, man, there's a couple other ones here that actually they're not that weird of laws. They're not really weird laws.
But they made the dumb law book.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So I don't know when this law book was written.
Go ahead.
So Pennsylvania
again.
It is illegal to use dogs to track down your hunt.
Huh.
I didn't know that. But that's not really a dumb law. It's
just one of them
the law that makes
tree hugger
sense.
laws, and actually dogs actually do come in very handy at tracking wounded animals. We do that.
Yeah,
you can do that here in Wisconsin. But really, what they're looking at there is you can't use a dog to hunt a bear.
Yeah.
Or, to be honest with you folks, again, remember we always talk about be careful what you ask for laws or what you support, because when that law is written. Okay, so all you guys that are against bear hunters hunting with dogs, this law right here, you'd say, hey, that's a great law.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great law, unless you want to go hunt a rabbit, or you want to hunt ducks, or you want to hunt pheasants, or anything that you'd use a dog for. You cannot use a dog to track down your hunt, regardless. It's not animal specific.
That's good. You should point at it so that the people on the radio can see what you're talking about. I'm sorry, I had to lay one on you here. It's been like 2 segments before I gave you a hard time.
Uh-huh.
Or since I gave you a hard time. Anyways, yeah. Now here's another one. In Montana, it is illegal to use trail cameras during the hunting season. Apparently these cameras are considered electronic aids, and using them is considered unethical hunting practices according to the Montana officials.
That actually had to be fairly recently passed.
Trail cameras are not that old of a thing. So,
and when you look at if a law like that was to catch on, this is why you want to make sure that these states cannot pass laws without all of us knowing about it and voting on it. And that's the problem. These laws get passed.
Have any of us voted on any of these things? Have any of us voted on the Blaze Orange situation? Have any of us voted on the back tag situation? Have any of us voted on the wolf situation? No, we don't get to vote on any of that.
Yeah,
They
so
just
who
pass
votes
the
on
law?
it? Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. And
That's
so
ridiculous.
now all of a sudden, boom, they come up with this trail camera thing. And they're calling the trail camera an electronic device. Well, electronic devices are highly regulated in all 50 states when it comes to hunting.
Yeah. So
if a law like this catches on, that could be dangerous to the entire trail cam industry.
Yeah.
So, we're running low on time here, but we finish out the segment talking about this. I mean, that just kind of gives you that, that funny feeling inside where you got to be paying attention to what these lawmakers down in Madison and places like that are doing, because just because they think that something is a good idea, that doesn't necessarily mean that we want that as a law. And so we need to limit their power.
Yeah.
Because they're getting so out of hand with it, they just make the decision, and that's electronic device. Technically, they're right. A trail camera is an electronic device.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays, where they send pictures right to your cell phones and things like that. But we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with some more Big E out.
Do you want to get the most exposure for your business for each dollar spent? Of course you do. We can help. Whether it's simple lettering, company decals, or a complex vehicle wrap, Auto Trim and Sign is a 3M certified company that can design, manufacture, and install graphics perfect for your business. You can be assured your car, truck, trailer, big rig, or your company's entire fleet will be in good hands. Check out our website at autotrimofwassa.com for examples of our work, or give us a call today, 715-842-9114.
Well, the cold weather is finally here. You better get your oil change and take care of your ride. Go straight to Thunder Loop on 17th Avenue in Wausau, near the National Guard Armory. No job is too big or too small. They do everything from oil changes to major overhauls and every repair in between. Check them out and get those heaters inspected and get your wheels ready for winter. There's no appointment necessary, and get a punch card and you'll save money on your future visits. Thunder Loop on 17th Ave in Wausau. Had a good barbecue lately? Head on down to Dickey's Barbecue, rocking and rolling out the best barbecue sandwiches made from fresh smoked barbecue every single day. They're located on Stewart Avenue near Buffalo Wild Wings. Go get you some of that fresh smoked goodness now. Use them for catering your favorite party, or grab a quick lunch or one of their daily lunch specials. Dickey's Barbecue on Stewart Avenue between Buffalo Wild Wings and Applebee.
Welcome back to Big E Outdoor Radio here. We're wrapping up this hour with some strange and dumb hunting laws around the world, around the nation. And Brandon, you had one here that, no, you can't find it, huh?
Yeah, I had one here and I lost it. But, yeah. Anyways,
Go ahead.
In California, it is illegal to shoot at any target from a moving vehicle. But however, if the game is a whale, it is legal. And it's only a misdemeanor offense.
So they actually made it for the whalers out there shooting off the boats.
Yeah.
So they somehow figured out that they needed to make a loophole in there for the whalers, because...
How else do you get to a whale? You have to be on a vehicle.
Or be hanging around the 400 block around 2:30 in the morning on Friday and Saturday night.
Yeah.
And so you have to do that from a parked car if we were in Wisconsin. You can't pick up your chicks from a moving car.
But that's not a moving vehicle, yeah.
It'd be a moving vehicle, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Wow. There's, actually that's not, I can understand the law, but so if the vehicle stops, then you can shoot from it in California. That's what it
says. Yeah, it says you cannot shoot at any game from a moving vehicle.
Huh. Unless it's a whale.
Unless it's a whale, then it is legal.
Yeah. Huh. Well, I guess I'll just leave that be. But, I mean, I already didn't, but I guess we'll leave it be for now. You got another one?
All right. Since you and I are going to Alaska,
okay.
All right, we should probably touch up on some of their laws so we don't make any mistakes.
Okay, let's do that.
All right. Now, this one we're okay because we're not moose hunting.
Okay, but let's say we were, because we may in the fall. Okay, go ahead.
It is illegal to whisper in someone's ear while they are moose hunting.
So that you can't coach anybody, obviously. That might be what that law was written about. I can't remember the last time one of my hunting buddies was whispering in my ear while I was hunting. But so okay.
But it did happen.
Hey,
you can't remember.
Stop whispering in my ear. Right.
Can't remember how long it's been, but it happened. Apparently,
just a squirrel. Don't worry him. All right, go ahead.
Apparently, it's illegal to wake a sleeping bear for the purpose of taking a photograph.
Excuse me, could you come over here and pose for me for this picture?
Wake up and smile. I want your picture.
Could you put your paw like that? And okay, thank you. You can go back to bed now.
Oh, good Lord.
You know what?
All these dumb laws are written by liberals. People who don't understand.
Okay.
They're written by liberals for liberals.
For the dipstick that wrote that law. It's a bad idea to wake a sleeping bear for any purpose, really.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean...
we probably should.
Yeah. What else you got going on in Alaska?
Oh, man.
We're going to have to call up Steve with World Class Outdoor Adventures and ask him, have you woke any bears up lately to take pictures?
Yeah.
Because don't be doing that. All right.
It's also considered an offense to feed alcoholic beverages to a moose. I mean, nothing is worse than a drunken moose, folks.
Bring your beer with you.
You're telling me.
Oh, good
You're
Lord.
telling me. What do you even say about that?
I don't even know what to say about that without getting in trouble.
Hey, Bullwinkle, you want a beer? You want a brewski?
Oh, good. We'll have to have Bullwinkle call in later and talk about that.
Yeah.
No, not really.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Is it illegal to feed alcoholic beverages to a bear or to a moose?
All right, here's another one in Alaska. This is just a dumb law in general.
Okay.
And apparently they had to make it illegal for some reason.
Uh-huh.
Somebody brought this up, so they said, okay, it's illegal.
Okay.
You'd think it would be obvious, but it is illegal to sell stun guns to children. Can you see a bunch of kindergartners running around tasing each other on the playground? You're it!
Let's play tag. Okay.
All right, when he gets up, he's it. Remember that. Oh, good Lord. Man, they take tag to a whole nother level in Alaska, let me tell you. Oh, good Lord.
You can't sell stun guns to a kid.
Yep. Yep.
Probably not a bad law to have everywhere. I mean, you should have an age limit to buy such a thing, just to avoid what you were just talking about. I mean, I'm picturing you as a kid with a stun gun.
Oh.
That'd have been a bad deal. All the
For
way.
everybody around me, yeah.
Yeah.
And anything.
You'd have stunned your sister retarded.
Well, I wouldn't have had to stun her. Love you, Brittany. Just saying. All right. Anyways. Now, this one here is...
Go ahead.
It should be kind of obvious. In Fairbanks, Alaska, it is illegal to blow a horn in a manner that disrupts the peace. If you blow a horn in Fairbanks and there's a moose nearby, you're not going to have a horn anyways. So, but yeah.
It's illegal to blow a horn in a manner that disrupts the peace. Well, you can't pull up and honk at wildlife is basically what they're saying. Which, again, like you said, if you're anywhere around moose...
it'll be the last time you use that horn.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be blowing your horn.
And you might have to get it surgically removed from your rear end.
Because moose don't like horns. So, okay, you got anything else there?
I do. It's illegal to fatten up a sheep, cow, or a pig within the city limits.
To fatten up
Yep.
a sheep, cow, or pig in the city limits. That's going to push half the population of Wausau out to the country right there.
Yeah. Yeah, no more dining in town.
Yeah, that's it. Close down Golden Corral. Oh, my golly. So, yeah.
Well, apparently somebody in Fairbanks, Alaska,
had a cow in their backyard or a sheep.
no, somebody made a liberal leave and they decided to pass a law about it.
A what?
A liberal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they decided to pass a law about it.
Okay, what is it?
All right. It's a crime to speak so loud that you offend a sensitive person enough to make them leave Fairbanks. Or leave in Fairbanks. So not necessarily leave Fairbanks, but leave anywhere.
Leave. So, and that's right there, one of them sissy laws that's where our country's headed right now. If you say something and offends somebody and it hurts their feelings, it's against the law.
Oh, my feelings got hurt. You're
Step
fired.
outside. We'll fix that.
Yeah.
Trust me. It'll be more than your feelings that are hurt.
Yeah.
You little fruitcake. All right. What else you got there?
A person may only carry a concealed slingshot if that person has received the appropriate license.
So you need a concealed carry permit to carry a slingshot in Alaska.
Yeah.
Well, your nephew, my grandson Brantley, has a slingshot now. That's not a bad law.
It's not a bad law. Yeah.
I want to know when he's carrying.
Did you watch Big Daddy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there were no pigeons left around that building.
I want to know when he's carrying that slingshot. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Now this one,
but you could stop a bank robbery with the slingshot.
You could. Yeah.
Don't worry, officer. I have a concealed carry license.
Oh man!
Can you imagine getting pulled over, and then you say out the window to the cop, "I want you to know I have a concealed carry license and I am carrying a weapon." And the guy comes up, he's all careful, and he says, "What do you got?" "Slingshot." He's gonna pull you out of the car and beat you with his club just because. Funka, funka, funka. You dummy.
You have a concealed carry and that's all you got?
All right, what's next?
This one don't really make a whole lot of sense because there are breeds of dogs that need to be properly groomed.
Properly groomed, yeah.
It's good for their hide.
Uh-huh.
And there's dogs that don't shed that need it, otherwise they'll get sick and die. Dog grooming is illegal in Juneau, Alaska. I bet you didn't know that, or did you know? Did you see what I did there?
You can't comb your dog. You can't groom your dog.
Dog grooming is illegal in Juneau. Did you know?
I do know. I do know this.
Okay. Sorry, that was a bad joke.
That's just ridiculous.
Bad joke, and it got worse because I said it like 3 times.
You got to think about some of the people we know that have moved to Alaska or wanted to. And yeah, it's kind of laws I can understand. Yeah.
Then here's the last one.
Okay.
And we need to remember this one too because we are going to be flying when we go there.
All right.
Seriously now.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Let's have it.
It is illegal to push a live moose out of a moving airplane.
All right. That one is all about the wording, okay?
Please tell me, how is it about the wording?
They mean you can't push the moose. You can't use a plane to drive or push a moose.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. But the way it's written means that, first of all, you somehow had to get the live moose into the plane.
I mean, if I got a live moose in the plane, I want him out.
I'm definitely pushing him out, and I really don't care if you like it or not. Look out below!
So, all right, apparently you were smart enough to see what that really meant, because I was stuck on the whole...
We're gonna cut her off right there. We'll be back next hour with some more Big E Outdoor Radio.
So this guy came into the store recently and he said, "It's my 30th anniversary and I want to get something fine for my wife. I haven't bought her jewelry in a long time and it's time." Well, of course, we agreed and we helped him find a diamond bracelet that we were quite sure would blow her socks off. Well, a few days later, he came back into Jim Kreshock's and we asked him, "So did she like her bracelet?" He looked at us and he smiled and then he said, "Well, she liked it so much that she..." And then he stopped smiling. "She liked it so much that she..." "What?" we said. "Well, she liked it so much that she..." And then he stopped again. And then we got it. "So she's very happy," I said. And he nodded. "And you're very happy," I said. And he nodded again. And I said, "Now that is what we're talking about. We're Jim Kreshock Jewelers on Rib Mountain Drive. And nobody renders guys speechless quite like we do."
Have you always wanted to have that custom bow, gun, or even a motorcycle? something nobody else has with a unique look just for you? Consider having hydrographic dipping. Contact Adrenaline Hydrographics on Facebook or through Biggie Outdoors and make an appointment to have your items customized with camo patterns, flames, skulls, carbon fiber, or choose from over 1,500 different colors and patterns. Customize the interior of your car or truck, your wheels, fishing poles, and even wine glasses. There's literally almost nothing we can't put a custom finish on for you. Check us out at Adrenaline Hydrographics on Facebook or call us at 855-424-4388. With 2 locations in Mosinee and Wisconsin Rapids, Adrenaline Hydro can give you a custom look you've been waiting for. Again, 855-424-4388.